morning, friends and family and other subscribers around the world. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been so long since I posted a video. I've had a lot going on this summer, and I don't know about y'all, but my body's not been handling this heat too well with the injuries and healing, but trying to do the best we can, stay hydrated, and just stay at it. Just had to change the pace a little bit, but we're gonna get there. I gotta take y'all along with me today. It's kind of a special treat. Maybe some of y'all have been to one before, maybe you haven't. Maybe you'll enjoy to go with me. I'm gonna take y'all to a automotive car auction. See if I can't get a couple of vehicles to part out. Probably get outbid on most of them, but because it is open to the public. But it's all live bidding, so you never know. You definitely won't know unless you go try it out. With it only being a few miles away from the house, I'm not going to pass up that opportunity. So we get through these bumpy roads here, and I'll come back here in just a minute. I'll just go ahead and say sorry ahead of time for all the road noise and rough roads. Y'all can see what I'm driving on. Give y'all a little scenery on the way. I've driven on Arkansas gravel dirt roads. It's smoother than this old Highway 80 out here. I'm just thanking the Lord for allowing me one more day. Every day He does. It's a good day. Clear blue skies. It's gonna get hot, but we already knew that. Give y'all a little more detail on this auction. It's, like I said, it's open to the public today. This type of auction is at a record yard, impound yard, where when you wreck your car or you don't pay the piper, they come and take it, and you don't pay to pick it up or get it out. Sometimes the insurance buys it and sells it to them, or what have you. Numerous ways, but I'm sorry for these rough roads and my old rattly truck. Anyhow, they have to auction them off, otherwise they'd fill their lot up, you know, stay overflowing all the time. But they just auction them off to the highest bidder, no reserves. Not all of them are like that. You'll find some of these type auctions just like this that aren't even open to the public. Some of them have reserve prices set on the cars if they're, I guess, if they feel like the value is more, or maybe they've got to cover more of their cost of the towing and impound fees. So you just got to read all the fine print, you know, before you commit to go or go up there and jump in. But don't be afraid to try it out anyways. It's as long as you read the fine print, everything's clear. Just pretty much a standard auction, so there's no reason, fear not to go. You'll a rabbit out of a hat and get a good deal. And sometimes just going for the drive and taking a little time off. So nothing wrong with that, as hot as it is lately. But we'll see what we can do today. I think they've got 24 excuse me, 24 cars out there today, cars and trucks. I got my eye on about 6 of them. So that'll probably be the ones that goes the highest, just because I got my eye on them. That's always my luck. So maybe I can come out of there with some scrap iron at least. Just don't know. And also, if you're gonna go to these, you want to get there plenty early, you know. Try to get there at least minimum 30 minutes early, so you can sign in and get your bidder card. And those of you that's been to auction before know how all that works. But basically, you just show up and find the registration office wherever they give you the cards. Show them your driver's license most times, and they document your name and numbers and stuff, and then they'll give you a bidder card, and it don't cost anything. And you go out and wait on the auctioneer to give his spiel on all his rules and regulations, and then he'll start the bidding. It all goes pretty fast after that, usually, if you got a good auctioneer. He won't drag it along. Make it happen pretty fast. So I'm sure this road noise is transferring through from my dash. So old truck's my old faithful, but she's no beauty queen, and she's definitely not as quiet as the newer ones. But hopefully y'all can handle the little bit of noise extra. I'm trying to make sure I talk loud enough to talk over it. So we don't have far to go now. When we get there, I'll pause y'all for a minute to where I can get registered, and then I'll put y'all in the pocket, and you can walk around with me and see what you think. Give me just a few minutes.
Start down here on the far end with lot number 1, and we're going to go in order. That just kind of snakes around. If you have any questions of where we are, look for Robert. He's over there. He's going to be on the phone. We have a bidder on the phone that he's helping, but he's going to be standing by the car that we're selling at that point. But if you have any questions on that, just tell me to hold up and we'll clarify. Okay. She's printing off an order of the sale if you want one. It's got all the lots listed out of what we have and what we're selling in the order. So if you want to get one, just come over here and she'll print you one out. All the items here are being sold as is, where is, with no warranties of any kind, and they are being sold without reserve. So the highest bidder today is going to go away with the car that's here. Once the auction's complete, you can check out. Mariah here will check out whatever your bids are, print you out an invoice, and then you'll go next door to the Wyatt's office, and they will get your paperwork for the vehicles. If you have any questions on paperwork as far as the cars are concerned, Wyatt's will handle that. If you have any questions about the invoice for the auction, we handle that part. But we are checking you out upon completion of the sale. So just bear with us. It goes pretty quick, about 30-35 minutes. We'll have all these cars sold, and then we can check you out, and that'll go as quick as possible. So thank you all for coming out. If you have any questions, I'll take those now. If not, we're going to get started. Oh, one. Do what? All right, he's going to mark the cars as they sell. Like I said, there is a 10% buyer's premium today. So if you bid $100, your total would be $110. That's 10% on top of whatever your bid is. Just keep that in mind as you're bidding. And that basically covers the fees that we have as the auction. But if you have any questions on that, she can answer that for you. But like I said, if no other questions, we're going to get started down here. You good? All right, so starting down on lot number two on the gray Dodge Dakota. And I was told that Dakota did start and drive, correct? Okay, so it's stuck in drive, but it does start. It starts and runs. So anyways, right there down at the end on the Dodge Dakota. Dodge Dakota, we've got the keys. Anybody at $500 to go? $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5 to go. $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5. $300. Anybody at $3 to go? $3. Now $4. Anybody at $4 to go? $300. Now $4. Anybody at $4 with a bid? $400. $400 to go. Anybody at $400 with a bid? $400. Running truck. Anybody at $400? $300. Now $350. Anybody at $350 to go? $350. $350. Now $375. $375. Now $4 with a bid? $4 to go. $400. Anybody at $4 with a bid? $4. $400. Now $425 with a bid? $425. $425. Anybody at $425? $425. $425. Now $50 with a bid? $450. Anybody at $450 to go? $450. Anybody at $450? $425. $450. Anybody at $450? $450 with a bid? $450. $450. Anybody at $450? Last call. $450. Now $475. $475. Now $500 with a bid? $500 to go. $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5 to go. $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5. Do what? Oh, they're having reception issues. Sorry, bear with us. $500. Anybody at $5? $5 with a bid? $5. Anybody at $5 to go? $500. Anybody at $5? $475. $5. $475. $5. Last call. Sold at $475. Buyer number 4. Buyer number 4. All right, next up, lot number 3 on the green 98 Nissan 2005X. It's over here right next to the Dakota. Lot number 3. Lot number 3. Anybody at $500 to go? $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5 to go. $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5. 4. Okay, so that one cranks, runs, and drives too. All right, cranks, runs, and drives on the green Nissan 1998 Nissan. All right, anybody at $5 to go? $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5 to go. $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5. Runs and drives. Anybody at $5 to go? $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5. $400. Anybody at $4 to go? $400. Now $425. Anybody at $425? I'm $400. Now $425. Anybody at $425? $400. $425. Anybody at $425 with a bid? $425. $400. $425. $400 on the phone. Anybody at $425 with a bid? $425. Runs and drives. $400. $425. Anybody at $425? $425. Now $50. Anybody at $450? $450. Anybody at $450 to go? $425. $450. Anybody at $450? $425. $450. Anybody at $450? $425. $450. Sold at $425. Buyer number 5. Next up, we've got lot number 4 on the white 2016 Nissan Versa. Any? All right, on the Nissan Versa there. Lot number 4. Lot number 4. Anybody at $500 to go? $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5 to go. $500 on the Nissan Versa down here. $500. Anybody at $5 with a bid? $5 to go. $400. Anybody at $4 with a bid? $4. $4. $3. Now $400. Anybody at $400? I'm $3 here. Now $400. Anybody at $4 to go? $400. Anybody at $4? $300. I'm $325 online. Now $350 with a bid. $350. $350. $375 online. Now $400 with a bid. $400 to go. $400. $400. Now $425. Now $50 with a bid. $450. Anybody at $450? $450. Anybody at $450 with a bid? $450. $425. $450. Anybody at $450? $425. $450 with a bid. $450. $450. Now $75 online. With a bid $500. $500 to go. Anybody at $500 with a bid? $5 to go. $500. Anybody at $500. Now $525. Anybody at $525? $500. $525. Anybody at $525? $500 on the phone. Now $525. Anybody at $525? $500. $525. Sold at $500. Buyer number 5. Next up, we've got lot number 5 on the blue Kia Optima. Lot number 5, 2008 Kia Optima, no keys. Anybody at $300 to go? $300. Anybody at $3.3 with a bid? $3 to go. $300. Anybody at $3.3 with a bid? $3 to go. $300. Anybody at $3.3 with a bid? $300. $300. Anybody at $3? $250. Anybody at $250 to go? $250. Anybody at $250 with a bid? $250. Now $275. Anybody at $275 with a bid? $275 on the Kia. $275. Anybody at $275? 250, 275. Anybody at 275, 250, 275. Anybody at 275, 250, 275. Anybody at 275, 250, 275. Sold at 250. Buyer number 5. Next up, lot number 6 on the 2006 Chevy Impala. No keys. All right, anybody at 300 to go, $300. Anybody at 3.3 with a bid, 3 to go, $300. Anybody at 3.3 with a bid, 3 to go. Lot number 6. Anybody at $300. Anybody at 3.3 with a bid, 3 to go, $200. Anybody at 2. Now 3. Anybody at 3. 200 now 3. 225. Anybody at 225 with a bid, 225. 225. Anybody at 225. 225. Anybody at 225 with a bid, 225. 225 with a bid, 225. 225. Anybody at 225. 200, 225. Last call on the phone. 225 with a bid, 225. 225. Now 50. 250 with a bid, 250. Anybody at 250 now 75. 275. Anybody at 275. 275 with a bid, 275. 300. $300 with a bid, 3 to go. 300. 300 now 25. 325 with a bid, 325. Anybody at 325. 300 now 325. Now 50 with a bid, 350. 350 with a bid, 350. 350. Anybody at 350? I'm 325 on the phone. Now 350. Anybody at 350? 325, 350. 325, 350. Sold at 325. Buyer number 5. Next up on the blue 2008 Nissan Altima without keys. Lot number 7. Lot number 7. Anybody at 500 to go? $500. Anybody at 5.5 with a bid? 5 to go. $500. Anybody at 5.5 with a bid? 5 to go. $400. Anybody at 4 with a bid? 4 to go. $300. Anybody at 3 with a bid? 3. 200. Now 250. Anybody at 250? I'm 200. Now 250. Anybody at 250 with a bid? 250. 250 with a bid? 250. 225. Anybody at 225 with a bid? 225. 225. Now 50 with a bid? 250. Anybody at 250? Now 75. 275. Now 300 with a bid? 300. Now 25. 325. Anybody at 325 with a bid? 325. 300. 325. Anybody at 325. Now 50 with a bid? 350. Now 75. 375. Anybody at 375 with a bid? 375. Now 400. 400 with a bid? 400 to go. 400. Now 25. 425. Now 50 with a bid? 450. 450 with a bid? 450. 450. Anybody at 450 with a bid? 450. 425 on the phone. Now 450. 425. 450. Sold at 425. Buyer number 5. Next up, lot number 8 on the red Chevy Cobalt. Red Chevy Cobalt. Anybody at 400 to go? $400. Anybody at 4.4 with a bid? 4 to go. $400. Anybody at 4? $300. Anybody at 3 to go? $300. Anybody at 3? 300. 200. Now 225. Anybody at 225? I'm 200. Now 225. Anybody at 225? 200. 225. 200. 225. Anybody at 225 with a bid? 225. 225. 225. 225 on the phone. 250. 275 with a bid? 275. Anybody at 275? 250, 275, now 300 with a bid 300, 300 to go, $300, now 25, 325, anybody at 325 with a bid 325, now 50 with a bid 350, 350, 325, 350, anybody at 350, 325, 350, 325, 350, sold at 325, buyer number 5. Next up, white Toyota Camry, lot number 9, 2001 white Toyota Camry. All right, anybody at 300 to go, $300. Anybody at 3.3 with a bid, 3 to go, $300. Anybody at 3.3 with a bid, 3 to go, $300. Anybody at 3, 200. Anybody at 2 to go, 200. Now 25 with a bid, 225. Anybody at 225. I'm 200, 225. Anybody at 220, 250, 275. Now 300, 300 with a bid, 3 to go, 300. Now 25 with a bid, 325, 325 with a bid, 325, 300, 325. Anybody at 325, 300 on the phone. Now 325. Anybody at 325, 300, 325. Anybody at 325, 300, 325. Anybody at 325, 300, 325. Sold at 300. Buyer number 5. All right, next up, lot number 10. We've got the 93.
Motor's in the bed. Motor's
Not in it.
motor's sitting in the bed.
Lot number 93. We've got the Ford Ranger Super Cab. The motor is in the back, but it's not in. It does have the keys, and it is a manual on the 93 Ford Ranger. 93 Ford Ranger. Anybody at 400 to go, $400. Anybody at 4.4 with a bid, 4 to go, 400. Now 425 with a bid, 425, 425 with a bid, 425. Anybody at 425, 400, 425. Anybody at 425, 425. Anybody at 425, 425. 425, 450, with a bid 450, 450, anybody at 450 to go, 450, anybody at 450, now 75, 475, anybody at 475, 450, 475, anybody at 475, I'm 450 over here, now 475, anybody at 475, 450, 475, 450, 475, sold at 450, buyer number 7, buyer number 7. All right, next up, we've got lot number 11 on the black Ford Explorer, no keys. Ford Explorer, no keys. All right, anybody at 400 to go, $400. Anybody at 44 with a bid, 4 to go, $400. Anybody at 44 with a bid, 4 to go, $400. Anybody at 4, $300. Anybody at 3 to go, 300. Anybody at 3 with a bid, 3 to go, $300. Anybody at 3 with a bid, 3 to go, $300. Anybody at 3, 200. Anybody at 200. Now 225, 225, 250, 275 with a bid, 275, 275. Now 300 with a bid, 3. Now 325, 325 with a bid, 325. Anybody at 325, 300 here. Now 325. Anybody at 325, 325. Now 350 with a bid, 350. Anybody at 350 with a bid, 350. I'm 325 on the phone. Now 350. Anybody at 350 to go, 350. Now 75 with a bid, 375. Anybody at 375, 350, 375 with a bid, 375. 375, now 400, 400 to go, $400. Anybody at 44 with a bid, 4 to go, $400. Anybody at 4, 375, 4, 375, 4. Sold at 375, buyer number 5. All right, next up, lot number 12 on the red Chevy S10. It has keys, it runs and drives. On the Chevy S10. Lot number 12, lot number 12. Anybody at 500 to go, $500. Anybody at 55 with a bid, 5 to go, $500. Anybody at 55 with a bid, 5 to go, $500. Anybody at 5, $400. Anybody at 4 to go, $400. Anybody at 44 with a bid, 4 to go, 400. Now 425. Anybody at 425, 400, 425. Anybody at 425. Now 50, 450 with a bid, 450 to go, 450. Now 75 with a bid, 475. Anybody at 475, 475. Now 500 with a bid, 500 to go, $500. Anybody at 5, now 525 with a bid, 525. Anybody at 525, 500 on the phone. Now 525. Anybody at 525, 500, 525, 500, 525. Sold at $500. Buyer number 5. All right, next up, lot number 13 on the 2003 Ford F-150. 2003 Ford F-150. Anybody at 500 to go, $500. Anybody at 55 with a bid, 5 to go, $500. Anybody at 55 with a bid, 5 to go, $400. Anybody at 4 to go, $400. Anybody at 44 with a bid, 4 to go. I've got 375 online. I need 400. 400 now 25 with a bid, 425, 425, 450, 475 with a bid, 475, 500 with a bid, 500 now 25, 525 with a bid, 525, 525. Anybody at 525? I'm 525 online. Anybody at 550 with a bid, 550. Anybody at 550? 525 online. Now 550. Anybody at 550 with a bid, 550. 550 now 575. Anybody at 575? 550, 575. Anybody at 575? 550, 575. Anybody at 575? Sold at 550. Buyer number 5. Buyer number 5. All right, next up, lot number 14 on the silver 2004 Nissan 350Z. It's V6 and it does not have keys. All right, anybody at 500 to go, $500. Anybody at 5 to go, $500. Anybody at 55 with 5 to go, $500. I've got 450 online. Now 475. Anybody at 475? 475. Now 500. What do we have? 500 to go. $500. 500. Now 25. 525. 550. Would have been 550. Anybody at 550? Would have been 550. 550. Anybody at 550? 525 over here. Now 550. Anybody at 550? 525. 550. Anybody at 550 would have bid 550. Now 75. 575 would have bid 575. 600 would have bid 600 to go. $600. Anybody at 6 would have bid 6 to go. $600. Anybody at 6 would have bid 600. 600. Last call. $600. 600. Now 25. Would have bid 625. Anybody at 625? 600 on the phone. Now 625. Anybody at 625? 600. 625. Sold it. $600. Buyer number 5. All right, next up, lot number 15. We've got an 18-foot utility trailer, pipe top utility trailer over there in the corner. It is a bill of sale only. There's no VIN. You can still go through the process to get a title on it, but you will just receive a bill of sale today. So anyway, race. Lot number 15. Anybody at 300 to go? $300. Anybody at 3 would have been 3 to go. $300. Anybody at 3 to go? $300. Anybody at 3? $200. Anybody at 2 to go? $200. 200. Now 25. Anybody at 225? I'm 200.
Yes, MG here. Yes, Mr. President. Yes, we saw that too, sir. But maybe we should wait until the... Dan, get the
Anybody
man.
at 225? 200 now 225. Anybody at 225? 200, 225. 200, 225. Sold at 200. Buyer number 7. Next up, lot number 16 on the gray 2000 Chevy Suburban on against the fence over there. Lot number 16. Lot number 16. We do have keys on it. It cranks and runs. Over there in the corner. Anybody at 500 to go? 500. Now 525. Anybody at 525? I'm 500, 525 to bid 525. Now 550. With 550, 75, 600, 625 to bid 625. And at 625. Now 50. 650. Would have bid 650 to go. 650. 650. I'm 625 here. Now 650. Anybody at 650 to go. 650. 625 here. Now 650. Anybody at 650? Would have bid 650. 650. Anybody at 650? 625. 650. 650. Now 75. 675. 700. Would have bid 700 to go. $700. Anybody at 77 would have bid 7 to go. $700. Anybody at 700? 700. 700. Now 25 would have bid 725. 750 would have bid 750. Anybody at 750 would have bid $750. 750. Anybody at 750. 750. Now 75 would have bid 775. Anybody at 775. I'm 750 on the phone. Now 775. Anybody at 775. 750. 775. Sold at 750. Buyer number 5. All right, next up, lot number 17. We've got the gray 2007 Chevy Impala. It does have keys. No idea on it. Lot number 17. Lot number 17. All right, anybody at 500 to go? $500. Anybody at 55 would have bid 5 to go. $500. Anybody at 55 would have bid 5 to go. $500. Anybody at 5? $400. Anybody at 4 to go. $400. Anybody at 4 would have bid 4 to go. $400. Anybody at 4 would have bid 4? $300. Anybody at 3 to go. $300. Anybody at 3? 300. Now 25. 325 online. Now 350. Would have bid 350. 350 would have bid 350. 350. 375. 375. 400. Would have bid 400. Now 25. 425. Would have bid 425. Anybody at 425? 425. Now 50. 450. Would have bid 450. Anybody at 450? 425. 450. Anybody at 450? 425. 450. 425. 450. Last call. Sold at 425 on the phone. Buyer number 5. Next up, lot number 18 on the blue 2012 Ford Escape. We've got the keys on it. Do we know anything? Okay, it was wrecked, but it does crank. And we have the keys on it. I've got $600 online. Now 650. Anybody at 650 go. 600. Now 650. Anybody at 650 would have been 650. Anybody at 650? 625. 625. I'm 600 online. Now 625. Anybody at 625? Now 650 online. 675. Would have been 675. 675. 700. Now 725. Would have been 725. Anybody at 725? 700 online. Now 725. Would have been 725. 700. Now 725. Anybody at 725? 700. 725. 725. 750 online. 775. Anybody at 775? 775 beats the online. 775. Now the 800. 800 to go. $800. Anybody at 800? 775 on the phone. Now $800. Anybody at 800 would have been $800. Anybody at 800? 775. 800. Anybody at 800? Sold at 775. Buyer number 5. All right. Thank you all for coming out. Mariah will get you checked out right here. Once again, thank you. And if you have any questions, just find me now that we're done. Thank you.
Well, anything loose on it. I didn't even know. That's the reality in that. Hopefully y'all will be able to see some of that. Let's make it back on the truck. about any of those was good. Most of them were good end user prices that they paid, but quite a few of them were overpaid, in my opinion. Of course, I know what parts go for on most of them. And get y'all flipped around here. As I was saying, most of them were too rich for my blood. If you try to get a title, they will give you some paperwork. You can go spend $300 or $400 and get you a title to some of them that could be rebuilt and worked on and flipped as a whole car, but I'm more just looking for the parts to flip. And most of all theirs had their, I guess they leave the windows down and what have you when they haul them in here, and they were just rotted on the inside, full of pine straw and rain and birds and what have you. So there's no real trust in the parts on the inside, and the few that might have ran and drove all had high mileage if they were clean bodies. But again, I never know until I come up and try it and see what happens. So we go back home and play with some of them we already got. If it ain't too hot, time we get there, got a couple transmissions to crate up, get ready to list and sell. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all could see some of it. I wish I'd have brought my chest harness, but I will catch y'all on the next one. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and click the all. I'm trying to get a lot more videos out here real soon. So for right now, it won't ping you too much. It won't take too much of your time away from your day to watch a few of them or just play them in the background. And click the like button, hit the bell, and all that good stuff. See if we can get some more subscribers on here and get my channel built up. I do appreciate it. Don't cost y'all nothing, but it'll help me in the long run. So we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.